Pineapples are not just one of the most iconic tropical fruits in the world, they're also a symbol of hospitality, warmth, and freshness. Found in markets from Asia to the Americas, this vibrant fruit has traveled a long and fascinating journey before it ever reaches your kitchen or glass as sweet, refreshing juice. Behind the scenes of every bottle of pineapple juice lies a complex, carefully planned process that begins on sun-soaked plantations and ends in high-tech processing facilities. This video explores in detail how pineapples are grown, harvested, processed, and ultimately transformed into the delicious juice that people around the globe enjoy every day. The life begins. Propagation of pineapples. Unlike many fruits that begin from seeds, pineapples are typically propagated vegetatively, meaning new plants are grown from parts of existing ones. This method ensures consistent quality and flavor, as well as a quicker time to harvest compared to seed-grown plants. Farmers typically use one of 4 parts of the plant for propagation: the crown, the leafy top of the pineapple fruit; slips, shoots that emerge from the base of the fruit; suckers, offshoots that grow from the main plant stem; and ratoons, or stump cuttings. The crown is perhaps the most recognizable and widely used propagation method. After cutting the top off a ripe pineapple, the crown can be dried for a few days to prevent rot and then planted in soil. It takes patience, about 18 to 24 months, for a new pineapple fruit to grow, but it guarantees a high-quality clone of the parent plant. This method is highly efficient and sustainable, especially in regions where pineapples are a major crop, like the Philippines, Thailand, Costa Rica, and parts of India. Ideal growing conditions. Soil, climate, and care. Pineapples thrive in warm tropical climates, where temperatures typically range between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. They prefer full sunlight, moderate rainfall, and well-drained sandy or loamy soil. Pineapple plants are surprisingly drought-tolerant due to their thick, waxy leaves that minimize water loss. However, during the growing period, consistent but moderate irrigation ensures optimal fruit size and sugar content. Before planting, farmers prepare the land through plowing and soil conditioning. Organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure is often added to improve fertility and structure. Plant spacing is critical, typically 30 to 60 CE apart, to allow sufficient airflow and sunlight exposure. Weeds are regularly removed either manually or using organic mulching techniques. Pest management is also essential, with growers keeping a close eye out for mealybugs, mites, and fungal diseases that can reduce crop yields. From flower to fruit, the pineapple growth cycle. Once planted, the pineapple plant takes about 12 to 20 months to flower, depending on the variety and growing conditions. In commercial plantations, farmers often induce flowering using chemicals like ethylene gas to synchronize harvest times. Interestingly, one natural method to induce flowering involves placing ripe apples near the plant. Apples emit ethylene, a natural plant hormone that encourages flowering. Once the plant blooms, a cluster of hundreds of individual flowers forms, each contributing to the final fruit. As the flowers are pollinated and develop, they fuse together into a single large, spiky fruit we know as the pineapple. From flowering to a fully ripened fruit takes another 5 to 6 months. This long growth cycle requires great care, consistent maintenance, and monitoring to ensure that the fruit reaches peak sweetness and flavor. Harvesting time. Skill and timing matter. Timing the harvest correctly is crucial to maintaining the fruit's taste and nutritional value. Typically, pineapples are ready for harvest when their outer skin changes from dark green to golden color. A ripe pineapple also emits a sweet fragrance at its base and gives slightly when pressed. Commercial growers are trained to spot these subtle indicators to ensure only the best fruits are selected. The harvesting process is usually manual. Workers use sharp, curved knives to carefully cut the fruit from the base of the plant. Since pineapples do not continue to ripen once picked, it's vital to harvest them at their peak. The fruits are then transported to packing facilities where they are cleaned and prepared for the next stage. Speed is essential, as delays can reduce freshness and sugar content. In large plantations, pineapples are harvested in the millions, requiring a coordinated effort of labor, machinery, and logistics. Processing begins. Sorting and cleaning. Once the pineapples reach the processing plant, the first step is sorting. Here, workers and automated systems separate high-quality fruits from damaged or overripe ones. Only the freshest, ripest pineapples proceed to the juicing line. After sorting, the fruits undergo a thorough cleaning process to remove dirt, residues of pesticides, and surface bacteria. This is done using powerful sprays, scrubbers, and conveyor belts that move the pineapples through a series of washing stations. Hygiene and food safety are top priorities at this stage. Stainless steel equipment, food-grade brushes, and filtered water ensure that the pineapples are pristine before moving to the next phase. Automation and quality control systems are used to monitor the process and make sure every fruit meets the necessary standards. Peeling, coring, and pulping. After cleaning, the pineapples are peeled using specialized machines that remove the thick, tough outer skin. These machines also core the fruit by removing the fibrous center, which is less desirable in juice. The peeled and cored pineapples are then sliced or diced into small pieces for easier juice extraction. These pieces are passed through powerful cold pulping machines that crush the fruit and release the golden cellar pulp. Cold pulping helps retain more nutrients, especially vitamin C, and preserves the fruit's natural flavor. The resulting pulp is a thick, juicy mixture filled with sweetness and tropical aroma. Bottling, packaging, and distribution. Once pasteurized, the juice is transferred to bottling stations where it is filled into pre-sterilized containers such as glass bottles, cartons, or plastic bottles. This is done in aseptic conditions to prevent contamination. Each bottle is sealed, labeled, and date-stamped. Automated packing lines handle thousands of bottles per hour, which are then placed in boxes and loaded onto trucks. Distribution networks take the final product to supermarkets, restaurants, and export docks. In major pineapple-producing countries like Thailand, the Philippines, and Costa Rica, juice products are exported worldwide, helping to meet global demand year-round. Sustainability is a key focus in the modern pineapple industry. The byproducts of juice processing, peels, cores, and pulp residue are not wasted. They are often converted into animal feed, composted for organic fertilizer, or even used in biogas plants to generate energy. In some facilities, pineapple skins are repurposed to create pineapple fiber for textiles, a growing trend in eco-friendly fashion. Other initiatives focus on using leftover juice and pulp to make jams, fruit leather, or even fermented beverages like vinegar or wine. By embracing circular practices, pineapple producers not only reduce waste, but also create additional income streams and environmental benefits. These innovations are helping to make pineapple production more sustainable and responsible. The journey of the pineapple, from spiky fruit in a tropical field to the refreshing juice in your glass, is a remarkable one. It involves deep agricultural knowledge, careful timing, and modern technology, all working together to bring the best of nature to your table. As global demand for fruit juice continues to grow, the story of how pineapples are grown and transformed into juice remains a shining example of efficiency, sustainability, and delicious innovation. So the next time you sip a chilled glass of pineapple juice, take a moment to appreciate the incredible effort, science, and tradition behind every drop.